Okay, we're live. I want to thank everybody for actually joining in and watching tonight. Um, give YouTube a few minutes to let everybody know. I thought if I was under the impression if I scheduled it out, it send out notifications, people can join in a lot quicker, but that's not always that's not always true. So I wait till I see the numbers come up, then we'll go ahead and get started. Want to thank everybody that came up this past weekend. We had a hands-on live event this past weekend. It was good. Really enjoyed it. This right here, it takes me a couple of days after the hands-on live event for me to actually get myself back, come back down off of kind of a high, because there's so much energy and so much, uh, it's so much of, I can't describe it, but it's a vibe and an energy that's within the place that takes you almost like a high, and you have to come down off of it. You have to it takes me a couple of days to come down off the high of when we have a hands-on live event. I really, really enjoyed it. I want to thank because we don't read. Like I said, we always have some alumni stop in and actually talk to the new students. This time, because we don't read, he came up, him and his wife, and that was great for them to come in and actually. And whenever they come, I actually let them talk to the students to tell their story, so they can actually talk to somebody who's actually been where they're at and to give them some motivation and encouragement. And it was great for him to come here and talk to them. Also had a young man stop in who's thinking about doing it. He's like 20 years old. He wanted to see what it was about, so he came in and he got here just in time to have a conversation with because we don't read. Also Ontario and the young man that he's training, they came in also kind of hung out with us for a little bit. And I want to thank everybody for that. Also, this time was a very monumental. This is the first time we have ever had what we call a deaf person, hearing impaired deaf person, to come through. And with that, he had two interpreters. So he brought two interpreters that actually signed while I talked, and we actually was able to train him how to do appliance repair. I just want to tell him I'm practicing, so if he can see, I'm gonna say Sam, I'm learning sign language. So I'm learning sign language for him right now. My best friend growing up, he was deaf, and I used to sign a little bit growing up. And it was funny. About the second day, some of the signs and stuff was coming back to me, and I was able to sign a little bit with him. I told him I was using Ebonic signs, but we was able to actually sign. And at the very end, the two sign ladies they had to leave a little early on Sunday, but the whole class, I want to commend that class. We normally get done about on Sundays. I normally get done about 3:30, 4 o'clock, because I want to give people time to get to the airports and all that stuff. But this past Sunday, we stayed until almost 8 o'clock, strictly because we wanted to make sure that Sam had everything that he needed. Sam, we know if I was doing something and we started going too fast, uh, everybody said, "Hey, stop! You got to do it again," because we had some things that Sam did not understand. We would have to write it out, and also because we're doing appliance repair, and appliance repair is not something every day that they have to deal with in sign language. So in sign language, you have a thermostat. The sign for thermostat is one sign, but then a thermistor. Not many people have you have to not many times where you be telling somebody the difference between a thermostat and a thermistor. So we had to figure out little things that we could do to differentiate between a thermostat and a thermistor. So we just looked at certain stuff. If I say thermostat and control board, he's talking about thermistor. If I was saying thermostat and timer, he's talking about the regular just thermostat. So with that, we was able to find little ways to get him through. Also, it's amazing stuff that we take for granted, like some stuff, like I tell them to listen. He's not able to listen. So if you're doing if you're doing a refrigeration test, you put in diagnostic mode, and you tell it to make sure the compressor turn on. He has to actually go to the back and put an amp clamp on and make sure the compressor's on because he's not able to hear it. But with the washers and stuff like that, I didn't realize when you're not able to hear, your sense of touch and stuff really kicks in. So with washers and stuff, he can actually touch the sides and actually tell if it's washing or spinning. And we was able to we tried every way in the world to make sure that he was telling the difference, and he could tell the difference between agitation and spin, high speed and low. He could tell that from the vibration. And very, very smart. He had been working with his dad doing mechanic work all his life, so he's very handy with tools. He knows how to fix stuff, and so it's going to work out great. The only thing we're having to do now, we're having to actually get him a VA so that somebody can actually do the back end office work for him. So they'll do the back end office work, but he'll be going out doing the repairs. He's very, very capable of doing the repairs. And and this was monumental to have that come, have two signers in here all day for 3 days with him. And I want to give a shout out to the two signers, three. A different lady came one on Saturday and Sunday, but Diamond stuck here with him all 3 days. And I want to thank her and the other two signers that came with him. And with that, not only did they stay for the course, but anybody who came through the hands-on live event, they know that the course is one thing, but we call it the after party. After we're done, when we sitting around talking afterwards, those signers, they actually stayed. Even though we had hurricanes and stuff coming, and they probably need to get home to their family, they actually stayed and made sure that they are signing everything that we're talking about. Not just me, but anybody in the room, they were signing, so he could be part of the conversation that we had that night, and they were translating from him, so he was a part of our conversation the whole time. And I want to thank them for doing that. That's one of the things he requested. He's African American, but that's one of the things he requested. He wanted the signers. He wanted an African American man, but there's no men. They say there's very few African American men who do sign language. But he was able to get 3 African American young ladies to come, and with that, they had a very vested interest in making sure that he got the whole experience from everybody, and that he understood. If sometimes when he was writing, they would tell me, "Can I stop?" Because they have to remember what I said to start signing back up, and so they would make sure that I didn't go too far, and the whole class would make sure that that he kept up and that he had it, and he's going to do very well. And I appreciate them for that. That's one of the things you see here too on the front from now on, because of Sam. Anything that we got going on, I'm going to write it up front, and that's the amazing part of YouTube. He found me on YouTube because YouTube now does closed caption, and he reads it. But unfortunately, if I do a live event, him and I was talking. It took him about 2 years to get into the get to the courses, because what happened when we were out, when JT and I first started, we'll open up a course, and you know how fast the course sell out. But with him, even when my YouTube come out live event, he can read lips pretty good. So that's why I'm trying to make sure that I'm staying in front of the camera where he can read my lips. He can read lips really good, but sometimes he couldn't get the dates and stuff that were happening. So it takes it's a lag time of about a week or so before YouTube actually does its transcription or whatever so he can read the closed caption. So by the time every time he got ready to go sign up, it was a week or two later before the closed caption came, and by that time he had missed the signing dates. And same thing, whenever we had stuff going on here in the town and stuff, he wanted to come. He's not that far from me, but he By the time it got closed captioned and the dates came and he could read it, it was too late to get passed. So any dates and stuff that I got coming up, I'm gonna make sure that I have it on the screen so he can see it. And like I say, if you're looking on the screen right now, our next hands-on live event is 8/13 um, um, and 9/17, and those are 3-day events. They start on Friday through Sunday. In the alumni, you can come back as many times as you want, but you purchase the course, and the course is a 3-day event, and I teach you how to start your own appliance repair business. And also talking to Sam. Sam was a welder also, and that was one of the things that him was having a conversation, and he was welding, and he was telling me that he was the only African American or one of the only African Americans working in the skilled trades at welding, and he works with a lot of Hispanics, and that was debate that they were having. The Hispanics were telling him that they built America, that they're the ones who's building America. You know, what we done, if we done it in the past, that's over with. They the ones who built America now, and that's one of the things that stuck with me, because he was like he wants to get back to, he works with his hands, and he wants us to get back into the skilled trades instead of standing around and marvel of the skyscrapers and stuff that they were putting up and building. Why we don't get back in here? That was the question he kept asking me. Why we don't get out here and start building stuff again? That we were so smart, we built all this. Why we don't do it anymore? And that's what I wanted to talk about. That discussion that Sam and I had, and that I had it. I even asked some of my Hispanic friends that's out here building, that do work for me. I asked them, do they feel like they built America? And they say, yeah, we built America. Look at us, we doing it. So that's where I want to go to. Where how do we go from in 1872 from Elijah McCoy, where Elijah McCoy was Elijah McCoy just one of the many African American men who were inventors and creators. Where everybody say the real McCoy, that phrase came from Elijah McCoy, because what happened, if they had, he made a self-oiling, he had many patents, but he had this one self-oiler that they use on like steam engines and stuff like that on trains. And if you want to come on to the live and talk, that's the link in the description, in the chat box, if you want to come on to the live and talk. But Elijah McCoy, he invented many things, but he had this self-oiling patent for this device you put on machinery that oiled itself. And many people try to copy what he done. But if you went to the store, all across the world, they had a knockoff, where they had the knockoff part that they'll try to sell people, and people wouldn't take it. They said, "No, I want the real McCoy. I want the one that African American built. Give me that one." And that's what we were, the standard bearers, where the stuff that we done was the one that everybody went for, where they said, "Okay, that African American, whoever was the African American that built that, I want the one that he built. I want the real McCoy." To where now in 2021, where everybody say now, if for something that's totally messed up and just totally just crazy, now they say it's, excuse the word, they say it's nigger rig. Where now, if we were the gold standard, to now we don't became a laughing stock. Can't build anything. If it's just thrown together, it was nigger rig. If it's and I remember, and like I said, this is just talking. I remember when I was growing up, early on, when the Hispanics were first coming over here, they weren't doing carpentry and steel trades. They were in the fields, picking vegetables and stuff like that, and prime tobacco, where I grew up, and we were still in the skilled trades. And I remember when it used to be the exact opposite. That used to be what a lot of people say. That looked like something a Mexican would have done, something like that. To the point now where Where now it's the exact opposite. If you look at something that Hispanic done, you tell them, so man, those Hispanics, they doing it. They know what they're doing. They the ones that you need to get. They becoming the standards of the skilled trades. And how did that switch happen to us so fast and so unsuddenly, where we didn't even recognize that the switch happened, and 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 it to the point to where now we were the creators of jobs. We created jobs, we created opportunities, we created stuff. We were inventors. Look at all the stuff that we invented and created through those so-called segregated, less funded one-room school houses. Look at the people that got educated out of those school systems, supposed to have been not up to par, versus now in 2021, where they after we got integrated in these school systems are supposed to be high dollar and this and that, to the point where we come out after getting, you saw the thing, the guy got a degree. You go to college, you go to college and get a degree, then you got to go beg on the side of the road for a job. You can't even create your own job. We got sold a bad bill of goods, and that's the thing that I'm trying to get away from with appliance repair. Appliance repair, like I tell you all, it's the last of the skilled trades that we can still get into, and it's the last of the skilled trade that doesn't require a general contractor's license. You can come into this appliance repair field, and this appliance repair field can change your whole life, your family life, and everything. And it's the gateway to all the other skilled trades where we can get back in. Now, granted, like I say, with us, a lot of stuff we got generations where we got removed, where they opened up the factories, and a lot of our fathers and uncles and those people who normally would have been doing skilled trades, they ran into the factories and left the skilled trades alone, and they just ran the manufacturing line, meaning that they just put something in the box or lifted something or tightened a nut or just worked on the assembly line. That's the only thing they done, and where you didn't really have to think anymore. You just went there and whatever they told you to do, that's what you done all day. If it was just moving a lever all down all day, or lifting something over, or loading something in, that's all you done. And I think, and what happens 2 or 3 generations out, where we're at now, where we're having to go back and try to learn this stuff, because our fathers and uncles and them left those skilled trade jobs and went into the factories. Those Hispanics went and filled those skilled trade jobs. Now there's no more manufacturing jobs out there. Those are overseas in China and Mexico and Korea. That's where those jobs are at. Now you don't have a way to actually earn any money. You don't have a way to create revenue for your family and friends because there's no jobs. And now you're just constantly chasing certifications and so-called education, hoping that you can, hoping that that will solve your problem of income. But it's not going to solve your problem. Like I say, I'm going through. I'm educating family members right now. Before they can get out of college with a bachelor's degree, the colleges are already telling them you need to go sign up for a master's. Wait a minute, I just got a bachelor's. I ain't been out I ain't been out an hour yet, and you telling me I need to go sign up for a master's. And then after you get your master's, then they tell you, well, what you really need to do is get a PhD. And then after you get your PhD, what they tell you then, you need to be a joint professor and hope you can teach it because you can't get no job. Hope you can teach it. And then they get you on this a joint professor thing. You never make tenure. You be like the young lady over in Carolina and wrote all these books and supposedly been all this so knowledgeable about whatever the subject matter is that she's writing about, and they won't give you tenure. If she can't get tenure, how you gonna get tenure? And you're not doing half the stuff she's doing. If Dr. Cornell West can't get tenure, how you gonna get tenure? Of all the stuff that he's done. So they just keep putting that in front of you, and you can't get out of that can't get out of poverty. You can't build your family up and create that generational wealth. And you can't even have enough money. The sad part about it, you go through all that stuff and get all these student loans, and you don't even have enough money to put your kids, if you have kids, back through college, and they have to get back on that same thing, chasing student loans. And then if they can't get no student loans, what you start telling them? Gonna get it in sports. You got them running and playing football. I think I love sports, but I think we have to have some type of balance in it, and we gotta be realistic. I love the sports, and I think you should you should do it because it creates camaraderie. But now when the high schools are taking all of your time throughout your whole every moment that you have available, they got you on sports. I have some of the people who work with me, the younger kids in high school, work with me through the ice cream parlor. They can't work because Monday through Friday, from 8 in the morning to 5 o'clock or 7. No, from 8 in the. Let me see what time it is, because I'll tell you, they just text me. The coach then changed the schedule on them again. And that's the thing too. Like during the summertime, um, uh, during the summertime, they whatchamacall, in North Carolina, they have to practice when the sun is not out at different temperatures. So the coach is always changing time. So right now, from 4 to 9, they outside practicing once the sun goes down. Up until then, they inside lifting weights. So the whole all day long, they're what we call playing lifting weights or playing football all day long, and they don't have time to go out and do anything else. And what happened? And then on the weekend, even though football season's not in at school on the weekend, they take the kids and they go down. They just got back from Atlanta, Georgia, so they take them down to Atlanta and play football and this and that, and come back. Yeah, that's good and great, but you're not preparing them for the real world because you have to look, say, okay, you start asking. I start asking these guys, have you ever seen a D1 defensive end? A guy played for a D1 college that's a defensive end. No, I ain't seen one. If you see one, you'll know one. He look like a dinosaur. And if you, I had this discussion with a couple of people today, because they're telling me you can't tell nobody that they ain't gonna be able to make it. I can tell you, some things I can teach you this is what I told them. I can teach you how to fix appliances. I can teach you how to be an electrician. I can teach you how to be a plumber. I can't teach you to be 6'5", 300 pounds and run a 440. You got to hit the genetic lottery to do that. If you think you're going to go play for Alabama on defensive end and you ain't 6'4", 300 pounds and can't run like a deer, you can forget it. Get it out your head. But that's not telling. We get the kids all caught up into just this football, baseball, and to the point where they don't develop any other skills. And then they show up here to Appliance Boot Camp, 25, 30 years, 30 years old, and and I'm having to teach them, give them confidence and teach them how to hold a pair of pliers, how to use a ratchet, all that type of stuff, so they can go out here now and try to compete. Versus if we were to just, we need to just change it a little bit. Football and sports and stuff. Football and sports and stuff is great and it has its place, but it can't be all that we're trying to push these young boys to. It can't be where the school system is taking all their time running, doing that to them. They done took out the skilled trades at the schools. They don't have HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and all that anymore. They don't have auto mechanics anymore. All they got is football and weightlifting and all this other crazy stuff for these kids. And they're not going to make a dollar for it, doing it. And if they find out you're making a dollar, well, I guess they're not going to start paying the college kids. I don't know. But they find out you're making a dollar for it, they get mad at you and tell you can't play anymore. So that's what I'm trying to do. Get us back into the skilled trades so we can get out here and start making this money to make this next generation come behind us better. I will say this. I can tell that there is a difference in the atmosphere as a whole. It might be just because I look at a lot of entrepreneur stuff, and that's just the people I look at. I'm starting to see a lot more intelligent conversations around entrepreneurship in the African American community. Before YouTube, you know, 15, 20 years ago, conversations around entrepreneurship was almost like kind of like some I would say witchcraft type stuff. Or you had to really be lucky. They didn't know that it was. They thought it was just the luck of the draw that you got someplace. That it wasn't certain steps you could do to actually make sure that you could succeed. They thought you were just lucky. I don't whoever somebody's faith is, I don't down nobody's faith, but a lot of times it wasn't the fact that you followed these simple steps that somebody put out in front of you. You know, God just saw favor and made sure that you done well, and God, for some reason, made sure that that guy didn't do well. It wasn't nothing that that person done, no, none of the stuff that they done. It was just a sheer act of God that that person was successful. Even though that person was successful in all his ventures and stuff that he done, it was just God was lucky and followed him. It wasn't the fact that he just seeked out wise counsel when he was going out doing stuff. And so now I'm starting to see that conversation where now when people are talking to real entrepreneurs, people are now able to give their roadmap to success. When they start asking people, well, how did you do this? And the person can now start to tell them step by step by step how they're able to start their business and how they're able to get to the place they're at. Versus 15, 20 years ago, how did you do this? I prayed and had faith, and what the guy told me one time I was asking some guy something. I stayed on the Lord's side. I was asking them about some business thing that he was doing, and that was an answer to me. I stayed on the Lord's side. Okay, how do I get on the Lord's side to make my business go like that? And then I found out later on that a lot of times the business wasn't what I thought it was. A lot of times it was stuff because of churches and stuff like that, where people are giving donations that it actually supported the business and subsidized the business to make the business look like it was doing good. Matter of fact, it was a daycare. It was a church daycare, and I was kind of interested in the daycare because I was paying so much money. And I wouldn't know how they done it. I just stayed on the Lord's side. But it was because of the tithes and offerings, and people within the church were forced to take their kids to those daycares. That's how they was able to make it. So, like I said, if you want to come into the chat, come on live. That's the live you can get in. And like I say, we can change this stuff. Getting a little bit back on topic, we can change this stuff because I'm telling you guys are super bright. When you guys come in, like I say, because we don't read, he came in and shared his story. I remember him going on 2 years now, almost quite 2 years where he came. And this is the power of the skilled trades, where he came in and he, transitioning, finding a new place. He was able, in less than 2 years, where he was in a transition in his life, he found a lovely wife, that's working with him within his business. He has bought a house. That was another thing. He let me know he had purchased his house. He got a vehicle. He's doing well. Him and his wife look like success, and they are successful. When they walked in, that's somebody who's doing well. You could just see it. That's somebody who's doing well. But in 2 years, he was able to change that over. I talk about humble leader all the time. He told everybody his story. Same thing. There's in transition with housing and looking for some place. And you all see them now where Dave where he's doing great stuff. You would think he's been in business for for 15, 20 years. His family is stable now. To the fact now he can move anywhere he wants to. He's trying to decide where he want to live. He can go. Now there's no longer living where you gotta live. You can live wherever you want to live now. And so that's the type of stuff that skilled trades can do. And to just see everybody, to see in less than 2 years how you all have came and became like a lot of you all have became industry leaders in appliance repair. That is just wonderful to see y'all come through this. And if I see people are trying to call through, the office hours are Wednesdays from 1 to 4. So I see you all trying to call. The numbers are on the screen. If you got a question, just put it in the chat or come on live right here. I'm actually talking live, so I see a lot of people. I want to tell people I see a lot of times I come on live. Y'all call the number that's on there, but just hit the chat. Hit that link in the chat, and we can talk, and I can answer any questions you have now. Otherwise, you're going to have to call on Wednesday between 1 and 4 Eastern Standard Time, 919-373-5526. But yeah, Skilled Trades has done that. And like I tell everybody, I took a lot of bumps starting off in appliance repair and getting my business up and running. I didn't have nobody I could actually get mentors, nobody really close to get me real good mentorship. So I took the bumps and the hits, but I figured it out. I figured how to get to this spot, to landing where I'm at. It's kind of like Mount Everest. When you climb Mount Everest, there's certain people who live on the mountain all the time, and they stay in different areas, and they have base camps there. So as you try to ascend, as you ascending up to Mount Everest, every so often you get to a base camp and you just sit and rest and get your bearings together. Then those people lead you up to the next base camp and get you all the way up. But that's where I'm at. I'm at the base camp that gets you when you're coming up on the mountain, to get you up and get you ready to go. Get you transitioning from out of your job and into entrepreneurship. That's where I get you at. We have a lot more people that have came. I got them here that have gone a lot further. So if you're looking to be somebody who have a bunch of subs, looking for somebody to operate in multiple states and stuff, we have people now that you can go reach out to. You got Miss Ward, you got DCNF, you got Greg B, you got all these people who are a lot better technicians and stuff than I ever be. You can reach out to them and they'll take you to the next step. And like I say, I'm not in the truck. I'm in there on Tuesdays for about 2 or 3 hours. That's it. So those are the guys that take you to the next step and stuff. Reach out to them. They take you to the next step. You got the USA where you can get in, and they have people that put you in peer groups to take you to the next step. I'm just the first step of the base camp, and I know my role. I ain't trying to be all of that because I don't want to be all of that. But I get you to the first step, then you can go. And sometimes this is where some people like to stay. You might want to stay here. I like it where I'm at right now. I like to be at this point where my life is a lot simpler. I love this. But other people, if you want to ascend and go higher, there's other people that can take you to that spot. As a matter of fact, I think Miss Ward is actually doing consulting work. So you can reach out to her and she will help you out. I'm going to read some of the stuff we got going on in the chat. Once again, just if you want to talk, just hit the button right there, the link, and I'll bring you onto the screen. Or put it in the chat. Or if you don't want that, if it's something private that you want to talk about, then just what do you call? Just wait until Wednesday. Okay. SQ Services LLC. Family, what's up? Refrigeration is in full effect. Yeah, it is, man. It is. I'm really enjoyed these last 2 years. I've made a lot of money these last 2 years. I have really made a lot of money. I'm at a point now where I'm actually thinking about just redoing like I said, I tried to give my company away to my nephew about 2 years ago. And in that time frame, I kind of just took my hands off. Now I got my hands back on it. I'm in the point where I'm thinking if I'm gonna go ahead and put some more money back into it, redo everything, the vans and everything, and I'm gonna probably just keep maybe just my nephew and I will go. I let him do the areas he want to do, and I'm just gonna do my areas, and I'm just gonna do it the way I wanted to do it, just a couple of stops per day, and just enjoy life that way. That's what I'm thinking about. I gotta make some hard decisions. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of operating with some of the subs. All right, BK from the Rockies. What's good, ABC fam? Hey, how you doing? Prince Yalsa, what's up? Because we don't read. All right. Thank you for stopping in, man. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Erwin, all right. What's up, Mike and family? Hey, how you doing? Sometimes you click on early, it leaves you in the waiting room. Oh, okay, okay, all right. I didn't know that. Okay. That's YouTube with their things. And you're talking about if they come in early to the place, they'll put them in the waiting room instead of waiting for it to start. Okay. All right. Tack Appliance Services. Hey, how you doing? Okay. Sean C, what's going on? Okay. 89 Dr. Funk, what's up? Hey, how you doing? BK, what's up, BK from the Rockies? Hurricane season, one of the main things from the Carolinas. I don't miss. Be safe out there, folks. Yeah, we had hurricanes this last week and this weekend. All right. Nadia Rail, L. Salute, brother Mike and ABC Family Group. Hey, how you doing? 89 Dr. Funk. Sam is a classic example of no excuse. Yeah, he is. He is. If you get a chance to, I know y'all gonna meet him. But once you meet him, you're gonna be amazed how intelligent he is, and that goes to the power of YouTube also, where because of YouTube and because of closed caption, you talk. He knows all the stuff. Dr. Claude Anderson. Yeah, he's very knowledgeable about all this stuff. And I was laughing. I said, here it is. He can't hear all of this stuff, and then the people who can hear don't know anything about it. He know all of it. He knows everything. And very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable. 89. Okay, they're gonna. All right, all right. They're networking. What's up, Terry the electrician? Hey, how you doing? I love that interview you done on our podcast, man. Very inspiring. All right, Mr. Mechanical, salute Mike and fam. Okay. What's up, Slick? All right, Slick said, "What's up, fam?" Edwin Bunker, what's up, brother Mike and ABC fam? Okay. Hey, what's going on, Greg B? All right. All right, we got Mr. Warren Davis coming in. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Can you hear me?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, Mr. Davis, can you hear me?
I can hear. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, whenever you want to come in, just come on in, Warren.
I'm in.
Okay. First class services. Hey, what's going on? All right. Frank
Hello?
Evans. Say hit the like button. Okay. BK from the Rockies. Mike, these colleges tell you to get the terminal degree, PhD in your field, but the employers always tell you that you need more experience or you overqualified. You can't win for losing. Yeah, it is. It is crazy. It is crazy. I'm having one of those issues where I'm talking to a family member right now with because of that. Can you hear me now, Mr. Warren?
I can hear you. I'm just,
Can you
I
hear
had
me?
to get out the car. Yes.
Can you hear
I
me,
can hear
Warren?
you. I can hear you.
Hold on a second.
I can hear you.
Give me a second.
Yup.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
No, I can hear you good.
Okay, there you go. I can hear you. All right, there you go. What's going on, man?
Not much. I just had to step out the car. Just getting home a little bit from long day.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes.
I just can't say enough about how grateful I am for JT Hustles, for my own grind, looking for an opportunity,
Mhm.
and just thank you for putting out the course, man. I didn't think I would be here. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm thankful for where I am, just organized chaos.
You're good. I see you got a new van. You started off in a car. You got a van.
No, I'm renting this,
Well,
like,
you
cause
there. Okay, you in it. You good.
yeah, I'm renting this because I've been through 3 vehicles, and they constantly need work, and it's 4 of us now. So
Wow.
yeah, so I'm just uh I'm just enjoying not having to put up with upkeep. It's a little expensive. People say whatever, but I don't have to worry anything. I just change it every day if I want to for now.
Yeah. But there's four of you all. Uh,
Yeah.
who doing all the paperwork? You?
No, it's me, and man, I've been more than fortunate, actually. Oh man, through Facebook, TK Cousins
Uh huh.
hooked me up with a guy that was, just lost his wife in Illinois,
Uh
and he
huh.
was just looking to help someone out that needed the opportunity. He has 30 years in the business, but he had to take care of his dying wife, so he couldn't be in the field anymore. I just took him up on the offer, and he's family. He's moved here from Illinois to Massachusetts because he's seen the vision, and it's just my brother. It's the father I never thought I needed, and I have other 2 friends, that's just bought into my my dream.
That is wonderful. Now we say
Yeah.
this all the time. That this appliance repair. Do you honestly believe that one stable appliance repair company can actually anchor a family, give jobs to all your nephews, nieces, and all that?
Um, that's always been my dream. No matter what, if I was doing the wrong thing when I was younger in the streets, my thing was always, I know that is no reason to give all this money to outsiders, and to, I knew that it takes a village to grow. So, looking at other cultures and Chinese, I grew up in New York City, so I knew how the Indians, Chinese, everybody did it but us. So I knew it has to be together, and a few friends, did me dirty. And you even called me, it was crazy. It was still, I do not recommend doing it the hard way like I did. Cause but I seen that it was an opportunity, and I'm still here a year into it, and I remember Slick, about when I first started. He was saying how the first time he's made, $6,000 in a week, and I remember saying, "Man, I'm never gonna be there." And now that's a slow week, So it's
Yeah.
is and by no means is not normal, because I have help. I have help. I get to go home. I don't have to be on paperwork and ordering parts all day. I'm not the smartest one on the team, but
Same
I know
here.
how to find smart people. And that's always been my niche, is finding help, and believing in people, and that's just my niche. And I still went out today. I did 1,000 by myself, just showing I still got it, because my partner is sick, and I was like, man, and I went by myself, and I did better than the guys that's on the team. See, me, I seen for us, it's better with teamwork.
Yes.
I know people, you know, oh, a person could make $1,000 a week, 1,500 if they're good tech. But what I learned was I enjoy working with people, and I get confidence when I'm not alone. And so I knew that, you know, it's a better chance for people to stick around, especially when they don't know what they're doing, if they have a support system. So we try to stay, you know, 2 by 2, or not alone for, you know, for all day or for days at a time, because that really it'll mess up your spirit with this appliance repair.
Yeah. You gotta have somebody to bring you back in off the ledge.
Yeah, and we a good unit, and we bring each other off the ledge all the time, every day. And you know, my team is, you know, they're splitting the profits, but they all said that they'll rather split than go through this alone. And
Wow.
that's gonna help with longevity, and you know, with, I don't know, but it's just what I always wanted. So
Are you still enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. I have my days, and I have my, all in all, I'm enjoying it, but this is the hardest thing I've ever done. I've done construction, I've done waiting tables, I've done painting, I've had a small takeout restaurant. I've done a lot, but this appliance repair show you if you a man or not.
Yeah, and I tell everybody, whatever's in you, the appliance is gonna bring it out.
Yeah, it brings out the little girl in me. You know, I want it make, you know, I get to complaining and you know, just being negative, and this customer, let's just get rid of them. But I have people around me where they say, you know, you need just chill out, and they tell me, you know, I tell them I want to protect their feelings because I don't want to scare them off. And they tell me, man, this ain't as hard as you think. So, you know, I'm the one that needs more help. But you know, it's awesome. It's an awesome thing to see, to be a part of something that's going right, and the blueprint is out. You know, and I went against everything you said. I started straight COD. I don't do any warranty.
Oh, you don't do any warranty,
I
Steve?
don't. It's not. No, it's not. It's because my first my first Mike. You don't remember my first customer. I charged them $250 for a dishwasher clean out, and they asked me, "Is that it?" I went in the next day and gave my 2 weeks notice. So and I went through Angie's List, Service Direct, AMJ, all the things that people say don't go to, but now my Google is up and going. I don't even advertise anymore, Mike. Like
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to. Once you get it going, you don't have to advertise.
no, but even that, the everyone in my area, all the top 3 appliance repair companies are in their 70s, and they have been sending us work because they called us and asked who is these people that's getting to my customers before me. So,
Yeah.
and they don't deal with Samsung,
Uh-huh.
LG. Is no one in my county that does compressors.
Are you doing compressors?
Yeah, because my mentor came, and he showed me, and we have over 25 compressors under our belt.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
A year, how long have you been doing? A year now?
one. Yeah, I started last June. I put the LLC. I really started around July, August, and I'm nowhere near. Is no, people say I'm doing, but I'm not you know, I'm not
You
there.
are. You are. You
I'm not
are.
there, but I'm on my way.
That's the thing. We don't realize it, but you are in less than 10% of America. You're up in the, you all who have been running y'all service calls, making $500 a day and up. You up. I think we up probably in probably 5% of America.
Yeah, but I have a lot of people that's counting on. My friends have family.
There you go.
Yeah, so until everybody has the lion off their back, I'm not happy.
Hey, I noticed it. That's why I keep telling you all. I said, Appliance Boot Camp has made appliance repair made me a great made me a man. But Appliance Boot Camp and my subs made me a great husband because you can't go out and do none of that crazy stuff because too many people are depending on you to come out and do the right thing. And you have to, man. I know the
Yeah,
feeling. Everybody's depending on you.
yeah, and it's I mean it's just awesome that I don't have to depend on myself by myself. I have from Greg B, everybody, Facebook. I didn't think that I would be this comfortable, you know,
Mhm.
but I don't want to. I want to just, like you said, relax. I don't want any more. I just want, you know, foundation to be now is good.
Uh-huh.
I don't like to be booked out over 2 3 days. I'd rather
There
miss
you
the
go.
business.
Uh-huh.
I learned I'd rather shut it down when I want and take off 2 days and
Mhm.
let my peoples handle it and miss $1 than
Mhm.
be stressed out for 20 years and never get a vacation.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm taking your advice on what you do. You said that you have the two subs
Mhm.
and the two vans, and this is getting it. And as we get better, we have a lot of opportunity with property management
Yep.
now. We it's just it's awesome. It's awesome.
Man, this is good. This is great.
Yeah,
And hard to believe in a year's time you're doing sales systems, you're doing everything and killing it.
yeah. The
And
stores.
I remember all of you all say the same thing. I must be doing something wrong. How y'all getting those numbers? I can't make those numbers. And then same thing, because we don't read came here this weekend. He said the same thing. He was trying to kill himself and running all these calls, booked out a week and stuff. He realized I just if I can make $600, he said $500 or $600 a day. He happy. He come on home to his wife. His life is easy and he's just enjoying life.
Yeah, it's to be enjoyed. Now, at first you go, I want to just take over the whole county. That's what my
Yeah.
goal. I'm
Uh,
gonna buy every storefront that these guys go because they're
uh,
going out of business.
uh,
But I'm like, nope. I wanted to do installs and storefronts, and the more I go in, the more I say just enjoy it and go to real estate
there
and
you go.
just I got some things going, being able to help other people that have good ideas. I'm in a few masterminds now with
There you go.
investors
Uh-huh.
like you was talking about. So just trying to get good.
This is wonderful, man. It's
Yeah.
wonderful to see the transition everybody's doing. I just
and I,
love it, man.
and I just want to more for the people that have it in them.
Mhm.
Is it's not easy, but is so worth it. Even when sometimes we put in a compressor and then it ends up being a leak or a board, and then we going back but luckily I got experience that's on my team that says, yo, this is just a part of the
Part of the
game.
process.
And
Part
he's
of the
been doing it for 30 years, and every week he's saying, yo, I learned something new.
process.
And he said, his philosophy is not a problem, it's an opportunity. So
Oh wow, there you go.
yeah,
Opportunity to learn.
I don't subscribe to that. I'm trying. I say, yo, you're wasting time. We're gonna go down. The ship is sinking. We're gonna get bad reviews. But as we get through it and the customers are happy, all they
Yeah.
care about, and even when we mess up, if you just stay with it,
stay with it, stand by them, they respect it.
they end up telling us, listen, I know I gave you, $1,200, but if this works, you have to come back. I have to give you more because you put too much work in.
Yeah.
If they're not mad, how can I be mad?
Right.
And it's awesome.
That's great, man. I really appreciate it. I'm telling you all, I tell y'all all the time, you all have done more for me than I could ever do for you all. You all have given me new life. Uh, like I said, I was so burnt out and tired of the whole industry about entrepreneurship until you all came. Y'all have just given me new life that I wake up in the morning eager to go to work. Like right now, I'm eager tomorrow to put my uniform on to get back in the van and just go to work. And you all have done that. Be a part of you all process, and seeing you all go make me want to go more too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. So, any questions? Any things you think the
Yes, I remember you started off with a couple of friends, and those the same friends, and you just swapped them out for some more friends.
Yup. Yup. The first friends, stealing money, talking about they didn't get no service calls, or just seeing and thinking that they deserve 50% of the because they see what's coming in, and they're like, man, why don't you just you make it so much if you do your own calls, I should be getting most of the profit from the calls I do. That thing where you just let friends too much in. But it's my fault because I did say, we all going blow. We
right. We told you that. We told you.
I said we all making it to the promised land. And then when I had to retract once I started and said, listen, I know what I said and I apologize, but expenses are more than I thought. Parts add up quick. Gas, the vehicles, we have to, and you don't know enough to deserve what you did. I said we are, and a few didn't understand, but a few guys did, and I don't know. I just take it one day at a time. I tell everyone when their time is up, you don't owe me nothing. Hopefully this, we grow together, but I'm not worried because I know the least workers, the better for me. Because I'll just me and my partner, we could do we've done 3,000 by ourselves without anyone. So
in a day,
yeah, with me and him, he could shoot out 3 compressors because we'll team up. That's what I was. Because we'll team up.
So one person is running back and forth to the truck, and the other person.
I'm his Robin.
There you go. Oh my God, that cut so much time.
I'm his tube chick. I run to the car. He don't have to think. He already have the 1/4-inch drill waiting for him. Everything he need. He doesn't have to run back and forth to the car. All he has to do is sit behind the fridge, and I bring everything to him. And so
I thought about that. I see how dentists and dental assistant do. He ain't got to be looking for that. As soon as he reaches there, I said, if I done that with the compressor, just have somebody go this, get this out my way, bring me this, get this away. How long does it take y'all to knock one out? Hour and a half, hour?
No, honestly, it's still 2 hours because it's these LGs, man. They take so long to get up into the temperature, and I don't leave until I see it at 10. Until I see it at 10 degrees, I'm not feeling comfortable.
Okay.
And then we end up talking, running our mouth, so.
But he not tired of beat. What get me up and down, that beat me going back and forth.
Yeah, no, he's going in. His job is just to go in there and sit behind the fridge, and I'm taking it apart. If he wants to see the coils, I'm taking the front apart.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I'm bringing
yeah.
them. I'm bringing him every. He doesn't have to move until he's satisfied with the, with the job.
Yeah, so
So,
that killed me too. When I'm in behind and I find out I got a leaker, then
yup,
you got to go in and pull all those shells out, take that front panel, and take the back panel out. It just kills you. Then once you get done, you got to put all of that back. If you have somebody,
yup.
they're putting it back, yeah, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, and even when the other guys learn, somebody would be happy for $100 a day just to pick up stuff.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know and they're learning in the process how to take it apart. Is no pressure. Their job is just to watch. And I got someone who he was a plumbing apprentice, and he came over, and so he already knows how to sweat things out, and he's done some water tanks and things like that. So he's ready to do compressors. So
Man, I'm so proud of you, man. I
nah,
am. I'm so proud of y'all, man.
I just want to say, I'm thank you because I know how it is to try to get kids, and try to get people on your side, and you've been doing it for 20 years, going through the heartache and pain, but now you get to reap your
Yeah,
benefits, and I'm glad.
yeah. I'm
That's
glad for y'all too, man, and to see you all doing so well.
You
Just
see this
imagine what y'all.
you see this net. This is why I love this van, because I just did an install,
Uh,
and you could just fit, everything in
just
there.
throw it in and go.
Yup, and just go. But I don't have 50,000 cash I want to put on it yet.
I feel you. I feel you. Hey, if it works like that, man, I would do it like that.
Yeah, and we use a little small cars. Like I have a Ford Transit, a small one, but
Mm,
that's in the shop.
mm.
And we use a Mazda and Chevy Cruze to do the rest of the runs. But this is pretty much the parts house. If we got to meet each other, we got to
Uh,
meet each other. I give them a part, and
uh,
we go. It's unorthodox, but
no, no, it works. It works.
you
It
know,
works. I know Slick and them. Slick rents a storage building right in the middle of the city, and so what he does, in Durham, you have to come and go through back and forth through the middle of the city. So he'll just have. I think he runs to the storage building and drop parts, and people just pick up there. They pick up parts, drop parts off, and everything there.
oh wow, see, yeah.
Yeah,
Lucky I'm pretty much in the sticks. So
yeah, yeah. You
so
good?
yeah, so but I am. I just got in touch with a guy who um helping him renovate a motel,
Hmm.
and he's renovating it to do apartments.
Hmm.
And he said since he doesn't need his storage and garage area, he wants to see how he sees how we're moving, and he said he'll rather let us have it if we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's that it's already set up as a shop, and
Uh-huh.
and I could probably do some light mechanic work instead of taking it to
Uh-huh.
giving everybody else the money, because it's these vehicles cost a lot.
Yeah, they're going to break. I found
Yeah,
that out. I found that out. If I paid $30,000, $40,000 for a van, the brakes went out the same time as that 15
yup,
$100 van did. The fuel pump went out about the same amount. I
yup,
said, then I used to get mad. They'd go to the dock and back up and hit something. Man, I'm destroying 30. I was destroying 30 to $40,000 every 5 years. I said I could go out here and buy a $1,500, $3,000 van, put me another $600, $700 into it. After about 3 years, once it go, I take it to the scrap yard, get $500, $600, go get another one. And that's the way I've done it. I found that out quick. Hey, I'm destroying it.
yeah. And that's what I'm teetering, because I have used vehicles, but they still always in the shop. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I might just Hey, if it's 1 or 2 days for a rental for the whole month, just for peace of mind right now until I can afford
Well,
spending more.
I've done that. I've done that for deliveries.
Yep.
Sometimes box trucks and stuff. I would what's it called? If I got a contract and I want to see how the contract was going to go, I'll go to Enterprise and just rent a box truck for maybe a month or two, see how the money was. Once the money was
Yeah.
good, maybe then I would go get something. But I've done that many times. I've done that
Yeah.
many.
And I don't want to. I really I've done the credit thing, and I've renovated houses from getting my credit up. I I really like to be able to walk away when I want.
Right there you go.
You know
That,
that
that,
that's a lot of peace on my
yeah.
mind. Is I don't have to fix anything, and I could just say, "Here, take your car back," and I'm
Yeah.
gone.
Yep, there you go. Same thing. I got some box trucks out there. I got two of them. Matter of fact, if Key Ron watch, he done hit me 2 times. He's trying to find some box trucks. I don't even sell them. If I don't want, I use them for storage. If I want to use them, I got them. If not, I don't care to pay for. I don't care. I ain't looking to put them nowhere.
Yeah, so that's good. But
Man,
yeah,
I appreciate it, man. I'm so proud of you, man. I see your posts and stuff coming through, but I didn't know you were getting it like that. You really doing it. You really doing it, man.
thanks, man. I just, you know, I can't even say how. That's what I gotta say. It was God. Whether it's the God in me or my
Uh-huh.
higher self, all I had was a vision, and
Mhm.
I couldn't have. I, I dreamed it, but I couldn't have brought it to fruition like it's going.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
what I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to the ASCII this year, but next year ASCII is going to be back in Tampa in 2022. So I'm gonna set up a night for everybody for the appliance boot camp. Everybody who's out there, for all of us just to get together and party. For all of us bring our spouses and stuff. We'll have us a real good night at the
Yeah.
very beginning. For all of us to get there and meet and hang out.
But you still had the one on by the ice cream shop. You had that last year. Are you still gonna have that this year?
I've gotten a lot of requests for everybody who wants to do one here again. Um, I'm thinking about it. What we had talked about. I haven't reached out to everybody, but I guess they'll find out now. Is maybe next year doing something like maybe instead of me doing a 3 day class, have like a 3 day thing where we'll bring all the alumni back and I asked Miss Ward, I asked Prince, I asked DCNL, asked you, Slick, all of you guys to maybe just teach a course, just talk, do like a little seminar, and for all the alumni to come back and we just hang out and celebrate. So that's in the
That
work too for next year.
yeah, and even if not, I was thinking the same thing when you seen Thursday where Slick was there. I was thinking that same thing that night. I said, man, he needs to start doing more alumni interviews so that people could understand that even if we're slow on the Facebook post, that this is real and we are making real money, and this is an opportunity that you probably not gonna find. I go around my old friends, and they're doing things, and I tell them it's not even drugs is not even worth my time. They
Oh
don't even
wow!
they don't even make enough money for me to even and they're just everybody's just so and they see what we doing and
But
it's
do
better
your
than
family
drug
friends?
money. It's better than drug money.
Oh my God, man! Have your family and friends realize what you're doing? Do they see the impact yet?
Well, yeah, they see it because I'm a person where I used to not overlook opportunity, but it's just not worth my time. And aside from all the other stupid things, but honestly, it's not worth my time or effort to even think about it. And
Oh,
that's for me, that's a big thing, because you could see I done went through the snowstorms, and
yeah.
I got Eureka. I got people telling me, yo, you're being stupid. It ain't that serious for appliances. But for me it is, because I put my life on the line for a lot less things.
That's right. You was in the blizzard and you were stuck trying to walk
I,
up to somebody's house.
that was stupid, but I had to prove I've done a lot more dangerous things for a lot less opportunity. So I owed it. I'm smart. I got chewed out. I ended up calling my family saying I done messed up. I think I'm going down. But I owed it to myself to give this all I have, because I've done a lot more stupid things for a lot dumber reasons. So, I just had to get that out my system and prove that I still could go out on the edge. It's just one of those things, and now I get to everybody around me tells me you don't have nothing else to prove no more.
No,
You
y'all don't. Y'all
you know you proven, we know you work hard, now don't be stupid. Let us work, and that's why the people that work with me, they know my bad side, my good side, but one thing they know is I won't ask them to do nothing that I won't do.
don't.
And that's what it keeps me as a man. That's what my brother says, it keeps me honest. Not thinking that everything is so sweet and everything is just gonna come in and all this money's gonna come. I still have to respect this craft and respect the business, and don't get too relaxed.
Now that's something else that happens. After about that first year, when the money when the just the excitement of the money is gone, everybody goes to the same thing. They just want to make the business right. All y'all care about, I want my business to look right. I want my business clear. So I think that's the way you're now. The money is not about the money. It's about
Nope.
the business and your legacy now.
Yep. Because and my 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 business partner is old school, and he's like, yo, you just supposed to play a game. Just see how much you can make every day. Cause he was he was a pretty much one man show. He'll fire everybody and he'll still make 30 grand in a month. And I said, I don't want that for me. I don't want to be stuck out here and just everything is on my shoulders and I have to order everything. I want this to thrive, even when I'm not, if something happens, I want my friends or whoever gives me their time. I want them to be able to know how it goes so they could do what they need to do to take care of themselves. So I don't. It's not even the money. I don't even. I'm not worried about that no more. I'm worried about a good name, and I'm worried about not dying of a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm worried about my wife not making me sleep on the couch because I'm out till 10 o'clock doing, you know. And so it's awesome.
This is great, man. Yeah, this is great. And like I said, I am gonna start bringing more the alumni back. What happened? Everybody, a lot of the alumni now is in the grind, like you all are now.
Yeah.
And it seems like now we got so many alumni, so many people doing it. It seems like we've been doing it forever. And so now even I take for granted. Everybody know about it now. Everybody knows. But I'm finding out still there's a lot of people who's coming in every day who don't know, and we got to get the word back out there.
Yes, sir. We do, because we wanna that's our only way is to show our gratitude for you, is to let people know is real, and we are too busy to get on and but whenever we can, we need to get on and just show people it is real. You're not by yourself talking. There's real questions that could be answered for people from all walks of life, and that this is worth your year or two, to change your life. You earn while you You earn while you learn.
You learn. Y'all done it. You done it. You done it. You earn while you learn. And now look, man. Just now
And
look.
I still don't know any. Like every day, I'm learning. I did my first thermocoupler in the Britain oven today. It was so easy. It was so easy. It still took me an hour and a half. And it's a 15-minute job, and it took me an hour and a half. But for $375, am I really gonna be that? You know? And I went into a guy's home, and you know, he told me a symptom. It was and I took apart his Samsung dryer, which nobody in my whole county messes with. They don't mess
You don't
with
mess with Samsung dryer?
no,
Oh,
they
I
don't mess
love
with
them. I
Samsung.
love them.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing, because they say it's too much screws, it's too much headache, and you know, it's just.
Oh, you
They
got
on
a
their
gold
way
mine.
out.
You got a
Yeah,
gold mine up there.
It's really a goat. It's really a lot of driving. You know, my average time is a half an hour between each customer.
That's no problem.
So,
That's no problem.
you
But you work
know,
with and you're in a rural area, right?
yeah, it's only 50. It's in my town I live in is only 50,000 people. You to get to 100,000 person population, I have to drive a hour. So you know, it's driving, but it is what it is. What it is.
Yeah, in 10 years, you be the only guy in town.
Huh?
In about 5 to 10 years, you be the only guy in town.
Yeah, that's well, except for the you know, it's really only, it's not gonna be too many, and that's why I'm trying to save. I'm trying to get in good. They're sending us all of their overflow, and I'm trying to get in good so I could take their their GE and Maytag licenses. If I do want to do a storefront, but I don't even know. From what you telling me and from what I hear, I just probably just stick to what I'm doing.
Yeah, they'll come to you. When I first got the Clay Mills, a company, they had the Whirlpool. It was food appliance. There was two older guys, and they're about in their 70s. And after about maybe 10 years, one guy passed away. The other guy got in an accident, and all their customers just came right to me. And man, it just took off. Took off.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even rushing that. I
Yeah.
want these guys to stick it out a year,
Yeah.
so they'll at least be where I'm at, and then we could
Be
take
y'all
off.
split.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just wanna. I'm not trying to overwhelm. Is nothing to speed. I'm here now.
yeah. Oh my God, man.
Yeah. So thank you. I want to take. I know I took up all the time,
No,
but
you good. You good.
I'm always. I'm always. I just want to, just be grateful and tell everybody, especially the other alumni. Without DCNF people, everybody that comments and everybody that's posted, I thank you guys, because every time I want to quit, I said, but they didn't quit. DCNF ain't quit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yo.
What?
Oh my God.
Greg B. Mike. Every
Yeah,
time
you said your mentor down there.
I said, every time I was like, yo, but Greg B was doing 4 after his 9 to 5. So I can't. What the heck? I never did both. I quit after my first customer, and I'd been full time. I said he was doing it for a whole year with a full-time job. There's no reason. I said, yo, I just gotta keep learning. So
Hey, I'm telling you all does me the same way. When I started back doing these compressors, a couple of times, like you say, you put one together, and everything is good. It's pressurized. You don't have no leak. I start pumping it down. I got my vacuum gauge on it. It gets to about 700, and it just stalls. I said, oh hell, I got a block. Like I said, something blocking in that condenser. I got a leak in the evaporator. Something going on, and I was like, man, I don't feel like doing this. Should I just let it go? But then I think about you all. I said, no, if keep telling them, you gotta stick with it and let it go. And I gotta go back in there and find that leak or find out where that block is. But yeah, you all that's the same thing go through my mind. Same thing.
Yeah, I have, and this I can't wait to, once you figure it out, what's the next move for some alumni mastermind investment kind of thing. But
Yeah, so it is good, man. And, uh, and like I said, I never thought about what you just said with the team. I always, when I had to get somebody out there running. So I was what you call. They ride with me for maybe a week. You got to get in your own truck and go. But I like the way you done it, where you got them teamed up, where everybody can pull off each other, and you don't feel like you're alone out there. So
yeah,
that's good. That's good.
yeah, because it's man, it was scary start, and I was alone at first, and I was alone and trying to run me and somebody else and do everything and even I just was like, man, this you always need some encouragement, and some of us is stronger than others, but some of us thrive when we have, we always need somebody in our ear that
Mhm.
that tells us, shut up, stop moaning, stop complaining. you know some of us is able to stand alone, and I give so much credit to one man shows that could keep it going for years and years, and just motivate themselves day in and day out and handle everything on their shoulders. I give them all the credit, but I know me, that's not me. I need help.
That's no problem. And this one thing I was gonna say too. Um, like they always say, like in the boxing match, you get knocked down is not the end of the fight. If you get back up, the fight can still go on. That's what happened with a lot of the businesses. A lot of people think because somebody stopped for a little bit, and like one of the guys that came to the hands-on live event, he went out there and he started doing the clock repair. He done quite a bit of them. He was doing well, but he was trying to buy parts, and he didn't have enough cash flow to get the parts and stuff, and he wasn't charging, I guess, directly to Blue Book, so he had to go back to his job. But that don't mean he didn't make it. He just
No,
had he's sitting down between the rounds. He's going back now. He learned where he made his mistakes, and he go back. Because I've done
yeah,
that many times. And like I said, appliance repair is the only business I know of that's forgiven. If you can fuck up tonight, and tomorrow you wake up and go ahead and you can be back winning.
yeah. You can't take away. I feel so good knowing whether I got partners or not.
Mm.
You can't erase what I've learned.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't is You cannot take you can't I can't forget how to fix a dryer.
Uh-huh.
So whether I have no one else tomorrow and I have to start from scratch and I lose everything, I know that I could go in a pop-up camper, me and my wife, anywhere in the country, and I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, you
That's
will. You will. And something about what you said today about having the time to step away. Today I was able to. My mom called, wanted me to come visit her. I was able to ride, 2 hours down there. When I get down there, as soon as I get there, everybody, oh, Mike just down. I had three people call me, come look at something for them.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the way it is. You always did make some money with it.
Yeah, people they asked me today. I threw away my yard size. My neighbors was like, my I have a rental property in a not so good neighborhood. They asked, why you take up those signs? And I said, I love y'all, but if y'all, I don't want the people that have the. I said no disrespect, but if you see my signs, you can't afford me no more. You know,
Yeah.
I, so it's just what it, and that taught me too how to stay stay out of people's pockets. Counting other people. $100 to me may be $10 to somebody else.
Yep.
And I need to stop shorting myself and put some value on who I am, you know. And people have been telling me that for years in different businesses and things I do. They always tell me, you always just you're too cheap, and I was like, no, I'm just trying to look out. But now I've learned that I'm worth what I'm worth, because you didn't take apart your dryer, you didn't fix your dishwasher, you know. And I don't haggle with my mechanics anymore. I don't try to get anything for less, because I respect people's craft. I respect the work that they do, and it's just giving me it's taking me out of the scarce mentality and putting me in the abundance, because I know if I have no problem giving these people the money, I should have no problem asking for my
That's right. Your money. That's right.
And I'm above Blue Book now. But yeah, awesome.
That was good, man. Yeah. I really appreciate you calling in, man. I do. I really do.
Thanks for having me. And yeah, well, you see my name. If anybody needs to reach out for any questions or help, I'm straight up Warren Davis. Find me on whatever, and look me up, and I'll help as much as I can for anybody that's looking to get some answers for this, or if you need help.
I really appreciate it, and reach out to him on the Appliance Boot Camp group. He's there. Like I said, a lot of the guys that's been in it a year or two, they don't post as much, but they out there working. But they still stop in. Just like me, I read it when it comes through. I don't get on there as much to post, but I'm reading stuff as it comes through. Reach out to him, and man, I'm so proud of you too again, and keep it up, man. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Thanks. Well, and once again, that's what we're getting back to. That's the power of appliance repair right there. That's where we got to get back to, where we are the real McCoy again. And that what Warren Davis is doing, it has always been in Warren Davis to be able to do that. I'm not Appliance Boot Camp isn't the reason Warren Davis is able to do that. It's always been in him to do it, but this is the platform and the avenue that he was able to take those talents and gifts that's always been in him and to apply it. And that's what we got to have. We got to have a way that we can take our men and give them these business opportunities and give them a real business to go out there and thrive. Now, everybody is not going to be at the Warren Davis, DCNF, Miss Ward. Everybody's not going to get to those types of levels. But if you can go out there and just you might not be able to go out there and make that $3,000 that he's talking about. You might not be able to go out there and make that $6,000 in a week that he's talking about. But if you can just go out there and just fix two appliances, if it takes you 8 hours to fix 2 appliances, that's enough money. That can give you anywhere between $400 to $500 a day. Just fixing those 2 appliances, that's way more than you'll get at any job that you'll be working. And you just work at that level. And don't get everybody's capacity and everybody's skill level is not going to be the same. You have to work at where you're at. But that's enough money for you to still be able to go out here, purchase real estate, for you to be able to live a great life, be able to send your kids to college, be able to have dignity, and not be living paycheck to paycheck. So don't think that you have to hit those numbers that he's talking about. Don't think you're gonna have four people working for you and doing all that. Just go into where you feel comfortable. And like I say, I would like to get back down really to myself and my nephew. That's what I really like to get back down to. And from there, I can make it work. With that, I don't have to do any training or anything. I'd love to get back to that level and just have peace of mind. Talking, like I said, talking is because we don't read. Same thing, just like Warren, he wanted to go conquer the world at the beginning because we don't read. Same thing, he wanted to go conquer the world. This weekend, totally different, totally different. He said he don't care about that. He happy and he got peace of mind and he's great. Just getting up and going and make $500-600 and coming back home. And that's a great life when you can just get out your bed, uh, go go get to your first stop at 10. For me, I like to get to my first stop at 10, 10, 11, 1, 2, and 3. Back home by 4 o'clock. I like cooking on my grill. I can cook on my grill. I can do whatever. If my kids was younger, I could go coach. I could I could go out that night and meet my wife and I could go out for dinner. I could take my daughter to cheerleading practice. I had time to do everything. I had time to do whatever I want. And it was be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. Appliance repair. Once you get going in appliance repair, you pretty much retire. It ain't much different than running your appliance repair business than being retired. Because you have so much time to do what you want to do, especially once you find the sweet spot in which you operate in. It becomes like you're retired. I'm telling you all, I've been retired since I was 30 years old. I could do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. Had enough money. It was great. It still is great. When I had the subs, I was really retired. I didn't have to do anything, and money was there. And if all my subs left, I could still go out and just do 4 or 5 stops. That's retirement. You ain't out here working hard and humping and you ain't on no job. It ain't like when I was doing electrical, doing new construction and stuff. Same thing. Terry, the electrician, he said it. He stepped away from the new construction and stuff. Just started doing service work. I figured that out too in appliance in electrical. I didn't like being on the construction site all day, crawling up under houses, crawling up in the attic, pulling wire. That was work. That was work. I found out it's like easier for me to just change a ceiling fan, change a dimmer switch, change a burned out outlet, change a light switch. I found out I make just as much money. I only had to go to 1 or 2 places and made $500-600 and was back home and didn't have to have no helper, no tote, no ladders, didn't have to spend no $3,000 in material to rough in the house. Didn't need any of that. And you just find your sweet spot. Once you find your sweet spot, life become enjoyable. I mean, it really become enjoyable. I wish I could tell you more about how enjoyable this life is. Where I can go where I want to go, do what I want to do. I need to get me a pair of sneakers, but I don't even care about it. I can get it anytime. It's just stuff like that. That's simple. Like now, I'm just a loss of words to tell you how great it is in this appliance repair. I have friends whose kids. Uh, I have friends whose kids are actually getting ready to go to college same time as my daughter is, and I'm hearing all the horror stories um, um, that people are having trying to get the money ready for college, trying to find funding, and the fact that I've had the money now sitting for almost a month and a half now, waiting. I'm waiting to spend it. Where I'm asking every day, when we got to pay that bill, when the bill comes. And appliance repair made that happen where it's not even a burden. No, send your kid to college and stuff. It really is an enjoyable thing when you can pay for them to go. All right, I'm gonna read a couple of these. Uh, 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 let's see what we got. Okay. Okay. Greg B said a lot had quit. We gotta start telling half. We gotta stop telling half the truth. A little bit. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Jesus Christ, that's YouTube won't let me be great, as they say. Uh, Having a mentor makes a big difference. Yes, it does. Uh, Decent enough. I gotta take my tool bag when I go. But yeah, today was crazy. What's it called? I went to go visit my mom, so I drove my Jaguar. I didn't take my tool bag, and everybody calling. Is that Mike here? The line was blocked. Too. Stop acting up, YouTube. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do? We got a family reunion in last weekend of the month. I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna go down there and actually fix stuff for everybody then. Okay. The 2 to 10. There you go. Things. All right. Uh, yeah, Doctor 89, Doctor Funk. If everyone accept your price without rejection, you're not charging enough. Yeah, today, same thing. Ice cream parlors. A lot of people now are getting us to come cater, and I told the lady the price. She said, "That's it." She was shocked it was so cheap. I said, "I gotta go up on this price." So I gotta go up on that. When she said that, I'm going up on the ice cream prices now. Uh, Kurt got to meet our blessings halfway. Okay, all right. Okay, there you go. Thing is, so only a few on one foot in and 1 foot out. About to get with Lady Warden for a whole body. Yeah, there you go. Um, let's see here. Uh, yep. Run your race. Yeah, no doubt. Warren Davis. More money without trying to build a business. Yep, there you go. Uh, my outs. Hey, Mike and ABC fan. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna about the what you call. A lot of people don't make it. The thing about business, what makes you how business is made is being able to withstand the what's how can I want to call business is being having the power to be able to withstand all the stuff that's going to come to you on that the universe is going to throw on you. One more thing. Mike, you back selling popcorn yet? Now the popcorn will be back up on Thursday. We selling popcorn, but I'm not selling it back online yet. I'll be selling it back online on Thursday. We have our I got orders I got to get out to the. We wholesale it now to a couple of different stores, marketplaces. So I got to stop theirs, and then I have the online coming back on Thursday. So on Thursday I'll be selling it online back again, and it's gonna be a cheaper price, but you'll have a little bit more variety when you go. But yeah, we selling it here at the store and at a couple of different marketplaces, and we'll be back online on Thursday. But getting back to this, to be successful in business, it's just having enough cash flow and having enough um, uh, I guess endurance to withstand the onslaught that the universe will throw at you. That thing they say, the race is not given to the fast or the swift, but the one who can endure. That's strictly business. Business is given. The person who's making a business is the person who can endure and stay at it. You got to be steadfast and not give in, because the universe, cause just like what they call I forget the name of the law, but only the strong survive. Where nature only allow the strong to continue on. They don't want the weak people continuing on. Now that's the same thing in business, unless the government get involved and prop you up and say, unless YouTube try to pick and choose winners. But most of the time in business, the universe is going to make sure it weeds out the weak people and the people who don't really want to be in business. It's not the fact that they couldn't be in business. It's the fact that they had other stuff that was easier for them. A lot of times, if somebody has a choice in order to do appliance repair and be in business, or like some of my friends who make $80,000 a year in education and this and that, or 100,000 or more a year in education. To them, they're gonna take the path of least resistance. They're gonna say this business shit is hard. Warren Davis told you, everybody who's doing it, I'm telling you, this is the hardest thing you ever do in your life. Is build a business. It is hard, and it's something you have to do every day every moment. It ain't no time off. You always in business, and you always are learning, and you constantly growing. And so with that, a lot of times people don't want to put the effort in, and it's a lot easier to go do something else. They say, man, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna go do something else. But the person who stick with it, just think if Warren Davis, he had every right to quit. If you seen Warren Davis, he called in a couple of times. Just he didn't think it was working and whatnot. A couple of times he called in, and everybody seen his life where he was trying to put it together. He went out and hired all his friends. That fell through. That would have been a time to quit. His friends stole money from him. He's trying to get his legs up under him. He's just trying to make it work, but he doesn't quit. And that's when the mentor shows up. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. The universe sees him out here, so this cat ain't gonna quit. This guy right here, he ain't going nowhere. So I'm gonna give him a lifeline. I'm gonna bring him a mentor out here. That mentor is gonna be the one who actually gets him over and get him going. And that's what takes them over. The thing is not to quit. And it's never, a lot of times, it's never going to look the way you think it's going to look. The main people in my ice cream parlor that I was griping about, I was talking about the church folks. But then I realized there's two sets of church folks. It's the storefront store for church folks, and then it's the other set of church folks. I was dealing with a lot of the church, what I call storefront, but then it's the organizational ones, they're a lot more organized. They the ones now are really coming through and passing me around to everybody and putting a lot of money into the ice cream parlor now. So you don't know. The thing of it is not to quit. It's to stick with it. When I first started doing this, I was teaching all those. I was trying to pay those kids to let me teach them appliance repair when I was trying to pay the parents. And I thought those were going to be the people that were going to bring the skilled trades back. I thought I was going to get it to them. And many times I wanted to just quit and just say it ain't worth it. They wouldn't show up to the class like you saw when I was trying to give it away here. I was giving that every weekend. I would go to churches and I'll say, hey, I'm gonna let me come in this Saturday and I'm gonna teach people entrepreneurship and I'll give people jobs. I was giving them jobs then because I needed technicians. I said, let me come here. Y'all need jobs. Let me teach entrepreneurship. Whoever show up, I'm gonna put them on the truck Monday morning. Nobody would show up. It'd be just me and my nephew there. Nobody would show up. And that was all the reason for me to just quit and stop trying to teach this. Then all of a sudden, the universe said, this guy ain't gonna quit. He's gonna stick with it. And if you were to saw me at the beginning, back then, when I first started, just can't get nobody into the class, can't even give people a job, can't even pay nobody to learn this stuff. You would say that guy a failure at this. He don't know what he's doing. He can't teach nobody no entrepreneurship. He's a failure. And you judge me at that time, I was. But then you flip it back around to where we're at now, where you got like 1,000 people that came through. Granted, everybody's not gonna do it. Some people don't want to do it. Some people just like the fact that they paid and helped out, and they can come into the comment section. They can hang out with us. Some people just love seeing you all a lot of stories. Also, people they follow you. You should have seen when because we don't read walked in. Everybody knew them. Everybody knew him, and everybody they knew his story. They had been following him from day one. So he's the reason that they're coming here. You're the reason, Greg, why they're coming here. They're following you, and a lot of people are getting just as much enjoyment of watching you all transition in you all story than it is them doing it themselves. They're rooting for you all. Just like people are rooting for Utah and Milwaukee right now, they're rooting for you all right now to actually do this, to make it work. And they're in behind you all. And and the story is not out on them yet. So what happens, you look at me back then, you say, that guy failure, you need to quit this. JT comes and introduced me to you all, and now it is skyrocket, and we have people all across the United States that's doing it, and and just like we see these guys that we everybody sees a lot of the players that's out there, but we have 10 times more players that nobody knows about that I know about and some other people know about because they're in their class or they've reached out and they talk. They're doing 20 times better than the ones that we're seeing, but they don't want to come on camera and stuff. So yeah, they're doing it. Like I say, shout out to Sam. He's watching you all and he's reading, he's following you all to the point where it's so powerful the stuff that you all are doing. Even if just say if we only had 25% success rate of people who came out and started their business, this and that, 25%. That's still a lot better than the success rate of people trying to get to the NBA and the NFL and all that. It's still way better than that. That's less than a half a percent. Not even a half a percent. That's in the thousands of percent of people trying to get to professional sports or trying to be a movie star, or trying to be a rapper or artist and stuff. But the thing about it, if we get you at that 25%, the power and the essence of is so powerful what you all are doing, where you take a guy who's deaf and he can feel it. He can feel it coming through the screen what you guys are doing, and he wants to be a part of it. That's how powerful that what you all are doing in there. So I wouldn't so much focus on the ones that that's not making it. You always gonna have that. It's not gonna be a 100% anything. But death, everybody's gonna die. You're gonna have to stay black. So you're not gonna get 100%. But if you get 3 hits out of 10 in the majors, you go into the Hall of Fame. Same thing. If 10 people take it and 3 people go, we're good. And same thing. Like just look at the per class. If those times we're having 10 people probably in the class, and most of the time we had maybe 7 people, 6 to 7 people who got it and went. 3 or 4 people didn't. The 3 or 4 that didn't go, it wasn't the fact that they didn't know it. It was the fact that what's it called? That they just like being part of the class. They like being a part of what you all were doing, and they were happy in working for their working where they was at. But they wanted to be involved and be here with you all. Kind of like I had a buddy growing up. He didn't never try out for the basketball team. He always wanted to be the manager. He just wanted to be part of the team. He didn't care if he get the uniform. He just wanted to travel with us and be the manager. That was Bobo. UC. And when he graduated from high school, he kept being the manager. That's all he wanted to do. And he became world renowned in the town about being the basketball manager. To the point that when he passed away, they They made a scholarship for him. They got pictures of him in all of the gyms back home because that's all he wanted to do was be the manager. And that's the way some of the guys are that's watching. Some of the guys have been back 3, 4 times. It's funny. I've had at least 3 guys have been back 4 times to Appliance boot camp. When they come back, they know everything word for word. They know how to read schematics. They know everything, but they just don't do it. And I can't push them, but they enjoy being here. They enjoy seeing the alumni come back. They enjoy watching the show, and I just realized that that's what they like to do. One guy came back. and his girlfriend, fiance, came with him to force him to do it. But I don't know if he's done it or not, but he was just happy to be here. He has a great job. He enjoyed, but he just liked being here and being with everybody, his cousins and his friends, all of them up and running. One of his cousin, probably one of the strongest alumni we got. And so his cousin ain't the fact that he couldn't make it. His cousin could easily get him on and do whatever he needed there. But just the fact he's happy what he's doing. So I wouldn't say that it's like a half truthful people are holding back. A lot of it is just people not having the strength to endure. Some people come back to it. Some people come back to it and get back at it and keep going. Um, and you're gonna read a little bit more. Uh, my app, Survival to Finish. Yeah, it is. It is. Steadfast, powerful. Yeah, you gotta stay steadfast with it. Erwin, hey Mike, I'm in Vance County. Nobody works on anything out here. Yeah, Vance County. Vance County. If you go out there, it used to be an older guy. Vance County is right beside where I grew up at in Stovall. It used to be an older guy. I think he was Mr. Perm. I think it was in Henderson. He used to do it, but he doesn't do it anymore. There's nobody out there that does it. They used to sell parts downtown in Vance County. They don't have anybody. I think maybe Brian Stovall Appliance might be the only one. But yeah, that's a gold mine if you get out there and get going. Um, yeah, Vance County is a gold mine if you get out there and get going. Only thing my nephew does a little bit out there. Vance County, just like Granville County, it's a huge county, and the houses are far out apart. So you might be down in Williamsboro doing in Townsville area doing a call. Then you gotta get way up there in Erksboro and all that. So you have some windshield time, but you'll be able to do it. You could do 3 to 4 stops a day and make a good living, or you could handle the southern part, the northern part where you down in Townsville and Williamsboro in the afternoon, and then in the morning then get back up and do southern Vance in the afternoon and east to west mid Warrenton and all that stuff. But yeah, you could do it and make a great living. All right. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Like I say, I really appreciate Warren Davis calling in, seeing his story. I didn't know. I knew Warren Davis was doing okay, doing well, because I see his comments, and from the comments I can tell about where people are at. But I did not have no idea that's where he had transitioned into. I did not know that they were doing seal systems, and for him to have 25 or more compressors up on his belt, that's great stuff. And he's putting together a team, and they're working together. They're doing it the right way, taking their time and learning before they actually branch out and stuff. He's training, and the fact that the money part is no longer a factor. Now he's building his business, trying to get a good foundation up under it. And I'm really proud of him. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. This Thursday, we have another Rockin' on Rayford downtown. So I'll be going live on this Thursday. I'll be out popping my popcorn. And I have the link back up so you can buy popcorn. And I want to thank everybody for watching. This weekend, I have another event I have to cater for the ice cream parlor. After this weekend, I should have the ice cream business up and running, because this is my third or fourth event, and I don't figure that out. And this is the way you all can really make some money, the way that I'm doing it. And I'll probably come live at that event and show you my setup, how I'm doing it. And from there, I got to make some changes to the ice cream parlor business, because, like I say, just like I say, you stay with it, the universe will show you something different. You think it's one way, and it turns totally different. So it has turned, and to the point now where I'm getting to the point where the events are really making the bulk of the money, and from the events is bringing people back into the store. We go out to do the events, the people get the ice cream, they love it. A lot of times before the event is over, we have people coming back over here to try more flavors. So once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you to all the people who showed up this weekend, and thank you to all the alumni, man. You all have really, really made this thing a Appliance Boot Camp to something I could have never dreamed of, and really has given me so much fun and done so much for me and my life and my family life and everything. I just really appreciate you. I'll be talking to you all on Thursday. All right, bye bye.